for your business. Trust the local lenders at Horizon Bank for the loan you need. Local people making local decisions. Visit horizonbank.com. Horizon Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, Chris Adzia, after 3, Chicago Central up by 6. What do you think caused that 19-13 advantage for the Cards there in the third?
Well, East Chicago only attempted 2 3-point shots that game. They attacked the basket a little bit, got to the free throw line, did a nice job, 3 of 4. It allowed them, and then they did a nice job until that point of keeping Lake Central's looks from 3-point range limited as well.
Great assist there from Austin Atkins over to Skylar Smith as they tried to get the 5'11 senior back on track from 3-point territory. Kuznar trying to answer, can't get it done, and I think the ball went off of Charlie out of bounds. It did. It will go to Lake Central now, who trails it only by 3, 44-41.
Kuznar just hasn't seemed comfortable tonight shooting the ball from the perimeter.
I think he's still wincing a little bit with that knee-to-knee contact, too.
He walked down the floor slowly that time to the defensive end.
Graziano now, or check that, Griffin. 7:13 remaining in regulation. Griffin now tries to go with a skip pass to Skyler. Nice flash pass down low to Dieck. He spills his way with his shoulder and he scores.
Very surgical. That's exactly what Lake Central was trying to set up there. The kick pass to the corner for the 3 for Smith. They ran at him. He dumped it down.
Stubbs now will bring it out between the rings. 44-43. The lead's been cut from 8 to 1 by the Indians. Kuznar now all the way in, and there was some away defense by Lake Central.
He now has 9, and if you're not going to hit from downtown, great decision to get to the basket by Jermaine.
And now Dave Milosnik's going to take a timeout. We're going to keep it right here and thank Attorney Lonnie Randolph, who supports his community by sponsoring a portion of East Chicago Central Cardinals basketball on regional radio sports and RRSN.com. Attorney Randolph specializes in trial, criminal, civil, personal injury, and property issues. His law office is located at 1919 East Columbus Drive in East Chicago. For more information and to schedule an appointment, give Lonnie a call, 219-397-5531.
As the weather starts to change and the temperatures drop, keep your family safe with new tires and a full-service tune-up at Levin Tire and Service Center. Now through December 31, get tire rebates up to $160 on selected brands. Visit one of their 7 locations in Northwest Indiana and find out for yourself why they have been voted number 1 in the best of the region for the last 7 years. Remember that Levin's can also assist you in a wide list of auto maintenance and repairs. Check out their website at www.levintirecenter.com for valuable money-saving coupons or call 800-475-5005 for more information. Levin Tire and Service Center has been earning your trust one day at a time since 1918.
Lake Central down by 3 with the basketball, 6:23 remaining in regulation. Skylar Smith now looking to possibly tie this one up with a home run ball. Instead drives in, kicks it back out to Atkins. Oh, almost a tie. Atkins comes back on DJ, and he drew the foul on number 23. And he'll go to the line to shoot some free throws.
Tech Credit Union can help you get the cash you need for home improvements, educational costs, travel, and any other purpose. Unlock your home's equity with a home equity loan featuring a 3.99 annual percentage rate, 7-year repayment term, and no closing costs. Best of all, with a fixed rate, your monthly payment won't change during your loan term. To learn more, visit techcu.org, contact Annie Branch, or call them at 800-276-TECH. That's 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender and is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Rates may change without notice.
Nice flash pass by Jermaine down low to Edwin Wilson, and he put it up and in. He's got a half a dozen. 48-44 Cards, 5:52 remaining. What a great pass there by Stubbs. Now Skyler inside to Dieck, spin-a-ram, a move, got a half a step on Jefferson, and he scored.
That's just great footwork by Dieck. Obviously Jefferson much quicker. He used a good thickness up top, used his shoulders nicely, turning to the baseline.
Dieck bidding for our center bank performer of the game. Stubbs' shot is off the mark, and they're going to call a foul on the play on Atkins, I believe, as he pushed off on Wilson.
See Wilson once again active on the offensive boards, and Damian Jefferson hasn't had a look at the basket for several minutes.
5:27 left, 2-point ball game. We haven't had a lead change in quite a while. Now Damian out high, splits the defense, took it to the rack. He scored and he was fouled. Skylar Smith going to get called on the foul down low. The hoop, the harm, the child foul, and a chance for the 3-point play for DJ. Fife Funeral Home, located at 4201 Indianapolis Boulevard in East Chicago. It's been family owned and operated in Northwest Indiana since 1898. They offer cremation and burial services. They also provide for funeral prearrangement and insurance needs. The phone number for Fife Funeral Home in East Chicago, 219-398-3210, as DJ fails to complete the 3-point play. 50-46 lead, 5 minutes remaining. All the way to the rack off the back of the iron was Griffin. He did everything right except get it down the hole.
Yeah, good quickness to the basket. Great explosiveness.
Now Krusnard over to Charlie. Put it in, couldn't get it to go. He was kind of fading away from the left side of the backboard there, and he left it short.
AutoMasters supports their community by sponsoring a portion of today's game. They're located at 6817 Calumet Avenue in Hammond, and they're an ASE certified repair shop specializing in electrical, computer, brake, shock repair, and tune-ups. AutoMasters also does towing. For more information and to schedule an appointment, give AutoMasters a call at 931-2702. We're right in your neighborhood.
Darter comes out, replaced by Norrell Smith for Lake Central. Devontae Jones returns to the lineup for Coach Turkovich. Cleveland only a 47% free throw shooter, but he looked good on those two. He's got 10. East Chicago got the lead back up to 6. Coming up on the halfway part of quarter number 4 here. Big man offense. Diak really looking strong to the rack, and he's got 6 in the quarter and 17 in the game.
Nice offensive set. They use Skylar Smith once again out here to the right side to keep the help defender stretched out. He couldn't come down and help on that drive.
Charlie comes back the other way, and he's going to walk with the basketball, and that's just great team defense there. 3 blue jerseys right in his way.
They're really trying to crowd the lane. Lake Central's gone back man-to-man the last several possessions. I don't know that they have the quickness with the size to be able to match up with Damian Jefferson, so they're doing a real nice job sagging in the lane on help.
Good job, team defense by Lake Central. Diak got away with a walk. Now Griffin back outside. Norrell Smith's tray is way off the mark. Offensive rebound controlled by Kuznard. Jermaine in the corner to Wilson. Flash pass to DJ. Takes it up and under. Couldn't get it to go, but he drew the foul. And the future Lobo from New Mexico will go to the line, and he'll shoot 2 free throws. And financial support for this Cardinals basketball broadcast is provided in part by the Foundations of East Chicago. We're dedicated to helping our community through our grant programs, academic scholarships, and overall leadership initiatives. We've dedicated ourselves to uplifting, inspiring, and empowering all the residents of East Chicago. Moving together towards a bright future, the Foundations of East Chicago, we're in and on your corner. For more information, visit our website, www.foundations-e-c.org. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Foundations-EC. Damian hit them both. He leads all scorers now with 23.
1-2-2, 3-quarter court pressure once again from East Chicago. It caused a turnover that time. Lake Central easily breaks it this time.
East Chicago is led by as many as 8. They lead it now by 6 with 3:38 left. Left side to Austin Atkins. Got a half a step on Cleveland. Rejected by Kuznard, but Jermaine's going to get called for the foul on that one. So Lake Central will get a chance to cut into this 6-point lead. Attorney Lonnie Randolph supports his community by sponsoring a portion of East Chicago Central Cardinals basketball on regional radio sports and RRSN.com. Attorney Randolph specializes in trial, criminal, civil, personal injury, and property issues. His law office is located 1919 East Columbus Drive in East Chicago. For more information and to schedule an appointment, give Lonnie a call, 219-397-5531. One more for Atkins, and he had good form on those two. Austin now 3 of 4 in the quarter, 5 of 6 in the game. He's got 7.
Scoring update with 5:40 left in the fourth quarter from Crown Point. It's still Crown Point all over Andrean, 60-37.
Here we got a timeout with 3:22 remaining in regulation. It's 54-50. East Chicago over Lake Central. And Calumet College of St. Joseph has the lowest tuition of any private college in Indiana. It offers traditional programs with flexible class schedules, accelerated programs to help adults earn their bachelor's degree in as little as 12 months, master's programs specifically designed for working adults. Make CCSJ your university of choice. For more information on your future potential and upcoming spring enrollment, check out their website at ccsj.edu. Stay tuned after the game. We'll name our Center Bank performers of the game for both teams. We'll try to get some scoreboard updates from all across the state. We'll take a look ahead to our coverage on Friday and then also girls regional action on Saturday. We could be at 3 different sites coming up this weekend as DJ took it all the way in. He scored and he was fouled. Damian Jefferson exploited some non-weak side effort there defensively for Lake Central.
That'll be the 4th foul on Diak, who's had a real nice game. I just don't think he quite matches up with the quickness out on the floor to be able to guard DJ off the dribble.
There's not a lot of guys.
No, there's not a lot at all with the size to do it. There's no doubt.
That's why he's a D1 recruit from the University of New Mexico and a Mr. Basketball candidate. He was a Region 1 selection for the Subway Player of the Week last week as well.
East Chicago going to fall back to man-to-man. Got to stay connected with Skylar Smith now. You're up 7. He's dangerous from the perimeter, and there he goes.
Griffin got the feed. Again, a nice flashback. They go inside out to Atkins. He left it short. DX tip is no good. Norrell Smith is there for the foul. Dave Nolosnik wants a timeout. 2:47 remaining, 57-52 in favor of East Chicago Central. 10 team fouls on Lake Central, only 5 on East Chicago's. Beretta gets set to check back in. Franciscan St. Anthony Sports Medicine Institute offers professional level sports medicine and sports performance services. Athletes looking to improve performance and avoid injuries receive comprehensive movement-based training from our team of highly experienced coaches and trainers. Sports medicine services are provided by our team of physicians, physical therapists, and athletic trainers. Prompt and professional level services are available to injured athletes to help them return to play at the top of their game. Call the Sports Medicine Institute today, 219-629-5266, or see more on our website at www.santanthonysmi.com.
Attorney Lonnie Randolph supports his community by sponsoring a portion of East Chicago Central Cardinals basketball on regional radio sports and RRSN.com. Attorney Randolph specializes in trial, criminal, civil, personal injury, and property issues. His law office is located at 1919 East Columbus Drive in East Chicago. For more information and to schedule an appointment, give Lonnie a call at 219-397-5531.
Special thanks to Lonnie, the foundations of East Chicago, and the rest of our East Chicago sponsors for their terrific support of our live video cast throughout the season here on RRSN.com. 2:40 remaining in the game as DJ now goes on the baseline to Devontae Jones. Dangerous pass to Kuznard. Great defense down low by Beretta, but he saved it right to Kuznard for the easy layup.
They tried to save it off of a Lake Central East Chicago player, but he missed them. That time, Coach Malosnik went with a little bit quicker 6'4" Norrell Smith on DJ out on the perimeter.
It's a 7-point deficit facing the Tribe right now. Atkins drives the baseline, cut off nicely by Wilson and Kuznard. Back outside to Sean Griffin. His 3 is off the mark. Good job by Griffin to follow, but the rebound down to DJ. He's 1 on 2, little finger roll off the mark. Jones tried to tip. Wilson got the follow, and now Pete Turkovich is going to take a timeout with a $1:57 remaining, and that is a good timeout by Coach Turkovich.
Gets them organized a little bit here with 1:57 remaining. Talk a little bit what they want to do with the ball in their hands, up 7.
Today's broadcast of Cardinals basketball is brought to you in part by the Foundations of East Chicago. Whether on the court or in the community, the Foundations of East Chicago is committed to improving the quality of life for all East Chicago residents. We demonstrate the commitment through our scholarship programs to financial support of local institutions like food pantries and churches, and by providing leadership and advice to help make our community the best that it can be. For more information, please visit our website, www.foundations-e-c.org. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Foundations-E-C.
Good shot of there of officials Larry Samano and Paul Weisnord discussing things during this timeout.
Very nice crowd on hand this evening, and today's game also brought to you by Schwartz Ritson, your tax, accounting, and assurance need covered by the certified public accounting firm. They've been doing it in Northwest Indiana for the last 80 years. They've helped clients through various changing economies and business environments over recent years. Are located in Maryville. Schwartz Ritson and Company have a staff of over 30 professionals, making it the largest CPA firm in Northwest Indiana. Stubbs got the inbounds pass, less than 2 minutes remaining, and now I think East Chicago is going to try to spread them out, Chris.
Spread them out, drive to the basket, continue getting to the free throw line. Done a nice job at the line that tonight has not gotten there as much as they normally do.
Nice pass by Jefferson over to Devontae Jones, and he was able to go with a double pump fake down low, and he drew the foul on Norrell Smith, his third.
And Jones certainly did hang in the air quite a long time. Norrell Smith has a pretty good reach on him.
So Devontae is 67% free throw shooter. He's averaging 7 rebounds a game this season. Bends the knees. Nice rotation on that one. He's got 5. The Cardinals have done a great job. They've only missed 2 free throws all evening long. One more for the multiple sport athlete here for the Cardinals. And the second one is off the mark, no good, as they got a problem with the score right now, and they finally change it to the correct 60-52 margin. Diak now gets it knocked away. Great overplay by Cleveland, and a 10th turnover on Lake Central. 1:24 remaining. 8-point deficit, and the Cardinals just spreading it out and letting Precious Sands go off the hourglass. DJ beats the double team. Nice in, kicks it back outside. And now they're going to go ahead and foul Stubbs.
Lake Central did a nice job. They got DJ to get rid of the ball, then they attacked for the foul.
They look like amoeba there on that one, coming on to Stubbs. Third personal foul on Atkins. I actually had him for 4.
That's no offense on Stubbs. He's a 72% free throw shooter. He could knock him down, but you just don't want to put Damian Jefferson on the line.
So the 6-foot junior, and he calmly sinks the first one. He's got 3. 61-52, 67 ticks of the clock remaining as the Cardinals try to pick up their 14th win of the season against only 4 setbacks. One more for Allion, averaging 6-8 a ball game, nothing but the bottom of the net. 62-52, East Chicago's biggest lead with a minute remaining in regulation. Atkins down in the corner to Skylar Smith. East Chicago doubling down on the ball whenever they can. They missed. Beretta down low. Now a long three-pointer up and good by Skylar Smith. He hit that one from Porter County.
Well, he has 19, too. I thought East Chicago fortunate not to be whistled for a foul on that three-point shot attempt.
This basketball broadcast for the Cardinals is brought to you by the Foundations of East Chicago, an organization dedicated to supporting our community on and off the court for our academic institution programs as well as grant programs for local charitable institutions and leadership. We here at the Foundations of East Chicago pour our hearts into making a positive impact on our community. For more information, please visit our website, www.foundations-e-c.org. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Foundations-E-C. After the game, Chris and I will name our Centier Bank performers of the game.
Damian Jefferson with 26 points right now for East Chicago. Skylar Smith with 19 for the Indians. East Chicago doing a pretty good job at the free throw line this quarter where they're 8 of 10.
Yeah, it becomes a chess match in that half court trying to keep the ball away from number 23. 19 points here today for Skylar Smith, including 5 3-pointers. But he cooled off during the middle part of this game after a very red-hot start.
Yeah, he missed 5 threes in a row till the last 2 in a row that he's made this quarter.
Now a reach-in foul going to be called on Graziano. Every foul will be a 2-shot foul now.
That'll put Stubbs back at the line. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He has 4 points on the night. East Chicago 11 of 14 from the free throw line tonight.
They came in at 66% as a team, only shooting 30% as a team from beyond the arc. But that's not their game. They got to get out and run, take it to the rack, and work it inside out. Gage Ray will come in now to replace Austin Atkins. East Chicago basically going now with a 7 to 8 man rotation, and that's about it.
Yeah, Coach Turkovich told you Saturday before Crown Point is he's really settled in on his lineup that in rotation that he's comfortable with.
Yeah, barring any foul trouble or injury, it's going to stay that way. Gage Ray left it short. Darter trying to keep it alive. Nice save by Skylar Smith as Stubbs with the overplay, and then Jefferson is going to run out of real estate as he'll stay with Lake Central.
Lake Central now with 7 offensive rebounds. East Chicago, I have them for 14 offensive rebounds on the night.
That's a key stat right
there. Many of those coming from their backcourt.
Now Diak, who's had himself a nice game, couldn't get it to go. DJ, the weak side rebound. Jefferson with 8 rebounds a ball game, and he has had 35 on the offensive end coming in.
Yep, I think Coach Malosnik said no foul.
And they're just going to let the sands of the hourglass run out here. It's going to be an 8-point victory here tonight for the East Chicago Central Cardinals as they're going to win the ball game by a score of 63-55. So with the loss, Lake Central will fall in the season now to 12-8. East Chicago Central will improve on the campaign to 14-4. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with our final stats, and we'll name our Centier Bank performers of the ballgame following East Chicago Central 63-55 victory over Lake Central. You've been watching the boys Northwest Indiana basketball game of the week on RSN.com and Regional Radio Sports.
State Farm Insurance reports that 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much value their car insurance company is delivering. If you're one of them, State Farm can help you get to a better state because they'll talk with you, listen to you, and help you put together a policy that has you written all over it. From cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. In Griffith, Tom Jerome at 821 West 45th Street. Call Tom at 924-1199. In Griffith, Ken Weldon, 124 North Griffith Boulevard. Call Ken at 922-6200. And in Valparaiso, Rob Rudegas, 835 Lincoln Way. Call Rob at 476-7444. Get to a better state with State Farm.
Like a good neighbor.
Looking to start a new career at a cutting-edge, exciting, and globally competitive company? Enroll in Steelworker for the Future, a 2.5-year associate degree program offered at select community colleges, and you'll be prepared for a high-paying career at ArcelorMittal, the world's leading steel company. Graduates may be hired as maintenance technicians, earning an average of $90,000 per year, plus benefits. Your future with the leader in steel starts now. Visit steelworkerforthefuture.com today.
get to the top, get hooked in, and then you looked over the edge. I was like, no way am I jumping off this tower. I'm staying right here. I'm like, am I ever going to be good enough to be a Marine? When it was all said and done, watching the tower guard raise the American flag, I thought, I am a United States Marine.
PFC Keith Balker knows you don't join the Marines, you become one. Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
At Horizon Bank, we're more than just your hometown bank. We're your neighbor. Whether you're ready to get a loan for your next family vacation, that new car you've had your eye on, a much-needed renovation, your dream home, or your business. Trust the local lenders at Horizon Bank for the loan you need. Local people making local decisions. Visit HorizonBank.com.
Horizon Bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Score big with the low-rate TCU Visa Platinum credit card that can help you take charge of those long-awaited projects or cover unexpected emergency needs. It not only comes with a low rate, but offers everything you need, including no annual fees, no balance transfer fees, easy cash advances at ATMs, and much more. Don't miss out on a good play. Take charge of those projects and score big with the low-rate TCU Visa Platinum credit card. Learn more and apply today at tcunet.com/credit-cards.
Mike Konezovich, Chris Adzia back with you here at the Barato Center following East Chicago Central 63-55 victory over the Lake Central Indians. It was 17-16 Lake Central at the end of one. We were tied at 25 at the half. East Chicago outscored Lake Central 19-13 in the third, and that basically was the difference in the ball game. East Chicago Central outscored Lake Central by a count of 18-17 in quarter number 4, but basically it was that third quarter there that was the difference, Chris.
Yeah, just like Saturday against Crown Point, and I just thought Lake Central did a nice job of controlling the tempo and playing their game, and it wasn't one of those high-flying, exciting games that you normally see East Chicago play. With that being said, I thought they were very effective in beating Lake Central at their own game. It was more of a half-court controlling the tempo type game. Not many breakouts by East Chicago tonight.
Our post-game report is brought to us by the Foundations of East Chicago. Financial support for this Cardinals basketball broadcast is provided by the Foundations of East Chicago. We are dedicated to helping our community through our grant programs, academic scholarships, as well as overall leadership initiatives. We have dedicated ourselves to uplifting, inspiring, and empowering all the residents of East Chicago, moving towards a bright future. The Foundations of East Chicago are in and on your corner. For more information, visit our website, www.foundations-e-c.org. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Foundations-EC. Chris, you got our final numbers.
Well, they look this way for the East Chicago Central Cardinals, a number 12th ranked team in the state of Indiana. They improved to 14-4. East Chicago had 6 players in the scoring column tonight. Damian Jefferson led all scorers, basically right on his game average. He had 26 points tonight to go along with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. So he led the Cardinals in both points and assists tonight. East Chicago also had double-digit scoring from 2 other players. Jermaine Couisnard had 11 points and 7 rebounds. Charlie Cleveland chipped in with 10 points tonight. Edwin Wilson off the bench had 6 points and 6 rebounds. And Devontae Jones with a great game. He had 5 points tonight. East Chicago finished the ball game shooting 24 of 52 overall for 46.2%. They were 3 of 18 only from behind the arc for 16.7%. And they were a very effective 12 of 16 from the charity stripe for 75%. Lake Central Indians, who came in 12-7 now, fall to 12-8. They had 9 players in the scoring column tonight. They were led in scoring by Skylar Smith. He had 19 points on 5 of 11 shooting from behind the three-point arc. Frank Diak had a strong second half. He finished the ball game with 17 points. He was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Also scoring for the Indians was Austin Atkins. He had 7 points and 3 assists for Coach Malosnik's Indians. 3 points from Sean Griffin, 2 points apiece from Joe Graziano, Ethan Darter, and Nate Edvardson, as well as Norrell Smith. Norrell Smith also contributed 16 rebounds to lead the Indians. And Ryan Beretta, 6'3 senior, closes out the scoring for the Indians with 1 point tonight. The Lake Central Indians shot 20 of 47 overall from the field for 42.6%. 6 of 23 from behind the arc for 26.1%. And 9 of 15 from the free throw line for an even 60%. East Chicago won the battle of the boards 32-25, and they had 14 offensive rebounds. They also won the battle of turnovers. Lake Central had 10, and East Chicago had 7. I thought it was a very clean game, Mike.
Our post-game scoreboard is brought to us by the Foundations of East Chicago. Whether on or in your community or in the court, Foundations of East Chicago is committed to improving the quality of life for all East Chicago residents. We demonstrate the commitment through our scholarship programs, through financial support of local institutions like food pantries and churches, and by providing leadership and advice to help make our community the best that it can be. For more information, please visit our website, www.foundations-e-c.org. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Foundations-e-c. Local scores of interest here in Northwest Indiana. As Chris mentioned, Crown Point all over Andrean tonight by 20, 71-51. So the Bulldog Express gets right back on the track after the loss here to East Chicago on Saturday. Here, of course, it was 63-55 East Chicago over Lake Central. Griffith continues their winning ways as they knock off Hammond High tonight by 21, 61-40. So a nice win there for Coach Hayes and the Panthers. The Penn Kingsmen, they continue on as they get back on the winning track, knocking off the Bremen Lions tonight, 78-39. And other South Bend action, St. Joseph over Adams, 57-48. Washington actually edges Riley in what was a great ball game, 87-84. That's a final in that one. That must have been a great ball game.
Yeah, it really is. That's a battle of two teams that are neck and neck in the top 20 as well, as South Bend Raleigh came in at 16-4, ranked number 15. South Bend Washington, surprising some folks this year, they improved to 13-5. They were ranked 16 coming into this week.
Culver Academy knocks off LaVille 61-49. Fishers defeats the Anderson Indians tonight by 20, 88-66. That's a final. Hamilton Heights with a win over Frankton tonight. John Glenn defeats Rochester by 11. Lebanon over Western tonight. Mishawaka Marion knocked off Jimtown 71-49. And that's really all we've got so far from the local variety. As we mentioned, New Prairie and Mishawaka was postponed. We're still waiting for Whiting and Gavitt and Westville along with Lake Station. So, Chris, time now to name our Centier Bank performers of the ball game on both sides of the court, and certainly a couple student-athletes stood out tonight.
Well, Damian Jefferson with 26 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists for the East Chicago Central Cardinals. I think he's the obvious choice for Coach Turkovich's group. And on the Lake Central Indian side, I think we could probably have a debate. Skylar Smith with a strong first quarter where he was 3 of 5 shooting from behind the arc. He had 9 first quarter points, 4 third quarter points, and 6 fourth quarter points to end with 19 points. Frank Diak, Mike, had 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And based on the simple fact that he filled all of the statistical categories, I think I'm going to put my vote out there for Frank Diak tonight. 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists.
I'm going to totally agree with you. I thought his play certainly kept Lake Central in the basketball game. Here's a kid that is averaging only 8.5 points a ball game, Chris, and he comes up with 12 twice his scoring average, and I thought a couple of those moves down on the block were outstanding.
Yeah, great footwork. He was able to use his strength. He had Damian Jefferson on him a couple times down in that block. I thought he did a great job getting his body on Jefferson and using his strength for a couple of nice baskets down low with great footwork.
So our Centier Bank performers of the game, Damian Jefferson for the East Chicago Central Cardinals, as he filled it up tonight as he ends up with the ball game with 26 points. And for the Lake Central Indians, Frank Diak, who finished with 17, including 3 for 5 from the line. He had 6 in the first quarter and 6 more in the fourth stanza. Taking a look ahead now, Chris, for both of these ball clubs, Lake Central, they will now host Michigan City before going to Crown Point on a game we'll have on Shine.fm. And East Chicago Central continues their trip towards March Madness as they continue on with some tournament play as well as some other home games.
Yeah, they'll have a tough week this week with Lake Central coming here to the Barado Center tonight. They'll be at Lowell on Friday night. That'll be Thursday night. That'll be a tough one on the road. A Lowell Ball Club, a Red Devil team that's having a very fine year. Have a couple real nice scorers down there as well. So another Sectional 1 opponent for East Chicago that they kind of want to set the tone early and say we're going to be in control of Sectional 1 when it comes tournament time.
That's exactly the words that Coach Turkovich used in his pregame chat with me. He says we want to send a statement here to a potential opponent coming up here at the Barado Center the first week of March.
I think they did a pretty good job of that to start the week, and they close it out on the road. And then they'll finish up with a couple tough games. The number 17 in Class 3A, Hammond Bishop Knoll, will be here at the Barado Center, and then East Chicago will go on the road to finish things up against LaPorte Lalamure.
We want to thank our season sponsors of our award-winning coverage and positive promotion and coverage of student-athletes on regional radio sports, and they include State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By ArcelorMittal, guiding the evolution of steel, creating opportunities in the industry to redefine excellence and transform tomorrow. By Scapel Buick GMC, located at 3209 West Lincoln Highway on Route 30 in Maryville. Centier Bank, independently owned and operated, serving 44 locations in Lake Porter, LaPorte, and Marshall counties. By the United States Marine Corps, the few, the proud, the Marines. If you think you have what it takes, call 1-800-MARINES or log on to marines.com. By Albert's Diamond Jewelers of Cherville, Indiana, in business for over 100 years and simply has the largest selection of brilliant diamonds in the Midwest. Teachers Credit Union, providing many products and services that can help keep your finances on track. Visit them online at tcunet.com. By Levin Tire, with 7 convenient Northwest Indiana locations, earning your trust one day at a time since 1918. Schwartz, Retson & Company PC, an accounting firm located on East 86th Avenue in Maryville. By Horizon Bank, exceptional service and sensible advice. By Christensen Chevrolet on 45th and Indianapolis Boulevard in Highland. Tech Federal Credit Union for a great rate and convenient terms on a vehicle, home, personal, and business loan. It's Tech Federal Credit Union. We also want to thank our corporate partner of East Chicago Central Cardinals basketball, and that includes the foundations of East Chicago, making a difference in people's lives by believing in trust, accountability, honesty, integrity, and responsible stewardship. On the web at foundations-e-c.org. Also by Fife Funeral Home in Indianapolis Boulevard in East Chicago. Family owned and operated since 1898. Attorney Lonnie Randolph on Columbus Drive in East Chicago. Calumet College of St. Joseph's on the web at ccsj.edu. Automasters, were right in your neighborhood. And also Sports Medicine Institute on the web at StAnthonySMI.com. Special thanks go out to Trino Cavazos, the athletic director here at East Chicago Central. Thanks to the 2 head coaches, Pete Turkovich of East Chicago, Dave Milosnik of Lake Central, for pregame interview accessibility and statistics prior to tonight's ballgame. So for Chris Adzia, along with Gene Miller, this is Mike Knezovich saying so long from the Barado Center, where once again the final score, East Chicago Central 63 and Lake Central 55. God bless America. God bless you all. Have a safe and wonderful evening, everybody. So long from the Barado Center at East Chicago Central High School.